listen to all these other jokers who don't know and got me all wired up and everything. I've been on this since February. So, I'm just taking a break off of that. It has mass. It has no tail. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do a 90-degree roll today. I'm out of that. Now.
Amen.
Cool. Now, the topic for tonight, we want to talk about poverty tonight. Poverty in America. And what's going on. And, a lot of people probably right now could just call in and tell me about poverty in America. If you feel like it's catching up to you, even if you're not poor or living in poverty, can't you feel it like slipping up real fast? Coming up behind you, going to overtake you shortly. It's like something that's just coming at you, and you can't get away. This poverty thing, and you know how the banks are like messing with the stock market and everything, and 500-point drops in a day and all kind of stuff going and ripping up your 401k and different things like that, just taking money. My 401k, I had a 401k, let me tell you, every time I got my statement, the interest rate was minus something. You know what I'm saying? And they had took money out of it. And I was just getting poorer and poorer and poorer. And poverty in America just seems to be something that's increasing, exponentially. Any comments you wanna say about that, Debbie?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what it is, and maybe everybody out there that's listening tonight can give me some kind of tailspin on what is poverty, how do you beat poverty, and how can you control yourself from not being caught up in poverty.
Not being caught up in poverty, huh?
Right, because there's got to be some way that you're not caught up in poverty, or that, you can move past poverty. Because there are a lot of people out there who start out with poverty, at poverty level and below, and for some reason they become multimillionaires. Is it that we just don't, people that are in poverty don't have any dreams, any notions of what they want to do, or how to, strive to get past that? I noticed that the government is steadily attacking the lower wage people. And now when I say lower wage, I mean poverty level, I think, is under $10,000 a year in income.
I got some thresholds here, some charts here that I'm going to go through. And, the absolute poverty line is the threshold below which families or individuals are considered to be lacking the resources to meet the basic needs for healthy living, having insufficient income to provide the food, shelter, and clothing needed to preserve health. So basically, you're in poverty when you can't buy what you need to maintain your health. You don't have enough food, clothing, or you can't provide shelter for yourself in order to keep yourself from getting sick and etc. and maintaining your health. And we're just talking about the basic needs, food, clothing. We're not talking about balling out, and getting you a mansion and all that kind of stuff. We're talking about getting you a shabby place, going to the Goodwill maybe and getting you some pants and a shirt, some shoes, and having some food. And I'm talking about the food you're going to buy. You ain't going to the health store and getting the good food. You're going to be having that honey bun runs and pork rinds, 10 for $1. Whatever.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the Census Bureau says that the poverty rate jumped to 15.1% in 2010, and it was up from 14.3% in 2009. 13.2% in 2008.
Right.
And
poverty in America is increasing.
Right. But that's half of the Bush years and half of the Obama years so far.
Right.
And it seems to be steadily climbing because I think right now it's at like 16.7%. But yet, I hear that Congress is making all these cuts for the wealthy to actually create jobs to kind of kill the poverty rate. But they're saying, well, we're not going to create any jobs until the economy comes back.
Right. So what are they doing with the money that they're getting the cuts and stuff from?
I don't know, because it seems like they're making more and more people still at the poverty rate. Yo, back.
Yo, homie. Yeah. Anyway, let me tell you right now, you're listening to Urban Revolution on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. I'm your host, One Iam. My co-host is Debbie. We're talking about poverty in America. Revolution Radio is entirely listener-supported radio. And that means that we count on listeners to give in order to keep us on the radio. Donate $1, $2, anything that you can. Do it on, I would say like a monthly thing. If you just do $2 a month, I mean, everybody that listens, we got it made, as far as staying on the radio. So, and unless you're in real dire poverty, $2 won't break you. So, if you can, hit the donate button and give a couple of bucks to keep us on the air. And we're going to keep bringing you the 411 and the information that other people aren't talking about. And seriously, other people are not talking about poverty. You get on TV and et cetera, they're not talking about poverty. Even the Republicans in their debates and everything, they're not talking about poverty.
Well, that's because they really don't care.
Exactly.
Because basically, poverty is only affecting urban communities. And unfortunately, I'm saying this. Let me say this. It's affecting urban communities, and it does spill over into the suburbs, but it only spills over as crime, because the more families who become poverty, the more you look increasingly wonderful to them because they can feed off of you.
Well, exactly. But poverty is like maybe 2.5 times greater in the urban communities than in the suburban and the rural areas. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, the urban communities are getting hit real hard with poverty. America's poverty rate, this is from CNN.com, America's poverty rate is now the worst since 1993, according to the Census Bureau. Over 46 million people are living in poverty, 2.6 million more than in 2009, and the poverty rate has reached 15.1% of the American people are in poverty, and a large mass of those people are in the cities and the urban areas. We got homeless people you wouldn't believe in the cities that are looking for places to be, living under viaducts and just walking the streets at night. Basically, some of them pushing shopping carts and etc. And they push through the night, going into your yard and basically picking up anything that's not tied down, and looking for scrap and etc. And just trying to make it, just trying to hit that lick, man, and make it. And the job situation is dire, as you know. And education has been poor in the cities and etc. So even if you're educated, it's kind of hard to get a job, right now. So
people walk around and unfortunately they turn their nose up on the lower class or people that are sleeping in the streets or walking, pushing carts. But for the sake of you, there goes you. Because you have a college degree does not mean that you are not one day going to be that person walking in the street. Do you know how many people that really have college degrees are now pushing shopping carts?
Oh, let me tell you a story about homelessness and etc. I had a friend of mine, JC, used to live at the YMCA. You know, he was kind of down on his luck and trying to make it. And he was living in the Y, had a room rented in the Y. And I used to go and visit him at the YMCA. And in the wintertime, like the bums would come in off the street into the Y, and they would go into the lobby and sit in the lobby, because we couldn't go upstairs in the Y because they didn't want no hanky-panky going on, you know, even between men or women in the YMCA. So he would have to come down into the lobby. Well, I was sitting in the lobby, and other like bums would come in, and they would kind of let them come in to warm up, and then after a while they would go in and tell them they gotta move on. But anyway, the guys would come in. I mean, these are white guys, and they would have like these long beards, and there would be ice balls like in the beard from you know, where their nose ran and stuff like that. Big ice balls like locked into the hairs of their mustache and their beards and everything. And like the lobby had like a piano in it. You know, like a baby grand piano in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the ice ball in his beards, one of them, goes over to the piano, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's playing the piano like he's in an orchestra or something. Like, classical music. Beautiful classical music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy's been educated in everything. He's just, some kind of way, he just fell out of society. He was down on his luck or whatever. And kind of just gave up on getting up. You know? And I've seen that in several cases. When I was down in Atlanta, in front of Grace Hospital, bunch of homeless men down there. I would talk to them. They would tell me the stories. You know, one told me he was a bar owner, and he had gotten into a fight with a customer and shot the customer. You know, he ended up going to prison for shooting the customer. Okay, when he went to prison, he did maybe 10, 15 years or something. When he got out, you know, he didn't have a bar no more. His old lady who he had been with had found somebody else and gone on, and he was pretty much on his own. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he was walking around down there at Grace Hospital. But and he was out. You know, I don't want to say the word. You know, it's the A out.
Right.
It's what I be calling it. You know, it is. There are several people that are going through it, and they all got a story to tell. And it's not because they're not educated or they were poor all the time. You know, you can talk to Madoff right now, and he's got a story to tell too. And he was rich at one point, but where he's laying right now, I'm sure he's not feeling very rich.
Right.
It says CNN.com here says the outlook is grim. The recession has compounded decades of growing economic inequality, structural poverty, and urban decay. With the projections that unemployment will remain high for several years, these numbers are not likely to improve. Making matters worse, as Ron Haskins at the Brookings Institution noted, safety net programs run by the federal and state governments are helping millions of families avoid poverty, but these programs could be subject to cuts at the federal and state level because of continuing deficit and debt problems. So basically what they're saying is that there would be a whole lot more people in poverty, you know, flat out busted, if it wasn't for the government kicking them a stipend. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And basically keeping them alive. But these programs are also, because of budget deficits and et cetera, starting to be cut.
Right.
Now, you know very well that we just got this new governor, and he came right in, and the first thing he did was started making all kinds of cuts. He started taxing pensions, which I came to Michigan because there was no pension tax here. Now he's going to tax pensions. Okay? Now, also, he's cutting the